Breaking news is unfolding today in the case of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, a case that has captured the attention of authorities and the public alike. Both of Emmanuel's parents, Rebecca and Jake Haro, appeared in court recently for a brief settlement conference where legal representatives discussed the next steps in the ongoing investigation. The hearing was short, lasting only a few minutes, but it highlighted potential developments that could have significant implications as the case continues to move forward. As of now, Emmanuel has not been located, and investigators continue to follow all verified leads. While the details of the evidence remain under protective orders, public reports confirm that authorities are reviewing multiple aspects of the case, including the timeline of events, witness statements, and other critical information that may help determine the circumstances surrounding Emmanuel's disappearance. Both parents have pleaded not guilty to the charges filed against them, and the court will continue to oversee the process to ensure that every step adheres to proper legal procedures. For those following this case, it is a reminder of the complexity involved in investigations of this nature. Multiple agencies and legal experts are involved to ensure that the process is thorough, impartial, and based solely on verified facts. Today, we will provide a detailed overview of the case, the latest court updates, and what is known about the ongoing investigation. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, share it with others who are following the story, and subscribe to the channel for the most accurate and timely updates. Comment below with your location and your thoughts on the latest developments, as your engagement helps the discussion remain informed and responsible. The case of Emmanuel Haro began in mid-August 2025 when the 7-month-old infant was reported missing in Cabazon, California. Emmanuel's parents, Rebecca and Jake Haro, initially told authorities that he had been abducted from a parking lot outside a local retail store. This account quickly drew the attention of law enforcement, who began an immediate investigation to verify the circumstances surrounding the disappearance. Emmanuel Haro was described as a healthy 7-month-old baby known to his family and community as a lively and affectionate child. According to public reports, the infant's sudden disappearance prompted concern not only among family members but also within the local community, which has closely followed updates from law enforcement and court proceedings. The initial search included law enforcement canvassing nearby areas, speaking with witnesses, and reviewing available surveillance footage to confirm the timeline of events provided by the parents. The parents, Rebecca and Jake Haro, were quickly brought under scrutiny due to inconsistencies in their statements. Publicly available records indicate that both have prior involvement with the legal system, although the nature of these prior matters is limited to information verified by the courts. These details, combined with the discrepancies in the parents' account of Emmanuel's disappearance, led authorities to expand the investigation to include all potential leads, with the goal of locating the infant and gathering verified evidence to support the case. Following the initial investigation, both parents were arrested and charged in connection with Emmanuel's disappearance. They have each pleaded not guilty to the charges filed against them, and the legal process is ongoing. Court proceedings have been scheduled to address procedural matters, including settlement conferences and hearings designed to review evidence under protective orders, ensuring sensitive materials are handled in accordance with legal standards. From the beginning, the case has drawn attention beyond the immediate community. Local media outlets and law enforcement agencies have emphasized that all reporting is based on confirmed facts. Avoiding speculation, investigators continue to follow every verified lead, ensuring that the search for Emmanuel remains a priority. Authorities have stated publicly that the investigation involves multiple steps, including interviews with witnesses, review of physical evidence, and coordination with legal representatives to ensure that all actions comply with due process. This case illustrates the careful balance between law enforcement investigation, legal procedure, and community interest. While the public remains eager for updates, officials have consistently reminded viewers and readers that verified information is crucial for an accurate understanding of events. Over the coming weeks, additional court hearings are expected, during which more information may be presented, and the investigation will continue to progress in a structured and methodical manner. Throughout this process, it is important to maintain focus on confirmed facts. The details of Emmanuel's disappearance, the responses of his parents, and the ongoing actions of law enforcement are all being documented to ensure a fair and factual narrative. The coming sections will cover the latest court updates, confirmed evidence, and professional analysis of the legal proceedings surrounding this case. On the most recent court date, both Rebecca and Jake Haro appeared at the Robert Presley Hall of Justice for a settlement conference. The hearing was brief, lasting only a few minutes, but it provided important procedural updates regarding the ongoing case. During this session, the court focused on scheduling future hearings, reviewing protective orders related to sensitive evidence, and addressing motions filed by both defense and prosecution. According to public records, the next scheduled court appearances are set for October 16 for Jake Haro and October 28 for Rebecca Haro. These hearings are expected to address pretrial matters, including motions related to evidence handling and any procedural requirements necessary to ensure the case proceeds efficiently. The court has emphasized the importance of adhering to due process, ensuring that both the prosecution and defense have the opportunity to present their positions within the framework of the law. During the hearing, the defense attorneys indicated that certain pieces of evidence would require protective handling to maintain confidentiality. Protective orders are a standard legal procedure that allows sensitive information to remain secure while the investigation and court proceedings continue. This ensures that evidence is preserved properly and that the rights of all parties involved are maintained. The prosecution continues to review all aspects of the case, including witness statements, physical evidence, and prior documented information. While specific details remain confidential, authorities have confirmed that investigators are following all verified leads. Law enforcement agencies are coordinating to gather information in a thorough and systematic manner, prioritizing verified facts and the proper handling of evidence. These procedural updates are part of the ongoing effort to move the case forward in a lawful and methodical way. The settlement conference did not resolve the charges or result in any public announcements regarding plea agreements. Any discussions about potential plea arrangements are being conducted privately between legal counsel and the court, ensuring that all steps follow legal standards and safeguard the integrity of the investigation. It is important to note that while court appearances are scheduled and procedural matters are being addressed, the central focus remains on locating Emmanuel and continuing the investigation. Authorities have emphasized that all actions are based on verified information and structured legal procedures. The court's approach reflects a balance between following due process and maintaining public transparency without compromising sensitive investigative details. As the case progresses toward future hearings, both legal representatives and law enforcement continue to prepare for upcoming procedural requirements. These steps include reviewing filings, maintaining protective measures for sensitive evidence, and ensuring that all court actions align with established legal protocols. The upcoming October hearings will provide additional opportunities for both defense and prosecution to present necessary procedural motions and ensure that the investigation and legal process remain comprehensive and accountable. In summary, the most recent court session, while brief, confirmed the ongoing schedule for the case and highlighted procedural steps designed to protect evidence and maintain fairness in the legal process. Investigators continue to follow verified leads, and the court remains actively involved in ensuring that all actions adhere to due process. As the legal proceedings move forward, public updates will continue to focus on confirmed information and the structured steps taken to resolve this complex case. The investigation into Emmanuel Haro's disappearance involves a detailed review of evidence gathered by law enforcement and presented in court under protective measures. While certain materials remain confidential, verified public reports indicate that authorities identified inconsistencies in the initial account provided by the parents, which prompted a deeper investigation into all aspects of the case. Evidence reviewed by investigators includes statements from witnesses, documented timelines, and physical records from the locations involved. Law enforcement agencies are methodically analyzing these materials to ensure that each lead is verified and that any conclusions drawn are based solely on confirmed facts. Protective orders issued by the court ensure that sensitive evidence is handled properly, preventing premature disclosure while maintaining transparency in the legal process. From a legal perspective, the charges against Rebecca and Jake Haro involve multiple counts related to the welfare and safety of the infant. Both parents have entered not guilty pleas, meaning that the court will require a thorough review of all evidence before proceeding to trial. Legal procedures include the review of filings, pretrial motions, and the handling of evidence in a manner that protects the integrity of the investigation. Experts in criminal law note that in cases involving missing children, investigators prioritize locating the child while simultaneously compiling evidence for court proceedings. The dual focus ensures that authorities can act quickly on verified leads while preparing a comprehensive case for the prosecution or considering any potential plea agreements that may be legally appropriate. Protective orders and court oversight play a crucial role in ensuring that evidence remains secure throughout this process. In this case, investigators have indicated that they are following all verified leads, which may include reviewing surveillance footage, interviewing individuals connected to the family, and examining documented records. Each step is part of a systematic effort to gather complete and accurate information, ensuring that legal proceedings are based entirely on confirmed evidence rather than speculation or assumption. Additionally, the court is reviewing any motions submitted by the defense or prosecution related to the handling of evidence. This includes requests to protect sensitive materials, maintain confidentiality, or limit public disclosure to preserve the integrity of the ongoing investigation. These procedures are standard in cases of this nature and help ensure that all parties receive fair consideration under the law. While the outcome of potential plea discussions cannot be determined at this stage, it is important to understand that any agreement would be subject to court review and approval. Legal experts emphasize that plea arrangements are designed to balance procedural efficiency with the rights of both defendants and the public interest, ensuring that any resolution aligns with established legal standards and verified facts. In summary, the evidence and legal context of the Emmanuel Haro case highlight the structured approach taken by authorities in the court system. Investigators continue to prioritize verified information, protective measures are in place for sensitive evidence, and all procedural steps follow established legal frameworks. This careful handling ensures that the investigation and court proceedings remain thorough, fair, and focused on factual accuracy. The disappearance of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro has drawn attention from both the local community and media outlets across the region. Community members have expressed concern for the child's safety and are closely following the investigation as updates are released by law enforcement and reported through public channels. Local news organizations have focused on verified developments in the case, including court dates, statements from authorities, and procedural updates. Coverage has emphasized that the investigation is ongoing, that authorities are following all verified leads, and that sensitive information is being protected in accordance with legal standards. Media outlets have consistently highlighted that confirmed facts, rather than speculation, form the basis of their reporting. Public reactions on social media reflect a range of perspectives. Many viewers are monitoring the case closely and are sharing information regarding upcoming court hearings or public statements. There is widespread interest in the verified developments, including the scheduling of hearings in October and the protective handling of evidence. However, online discussions remain focused on confirmed facts rather than unverified claims, reflecting a careful approach by responsible participants in the conversation. Authorities have also addressed the public directly, reminding the community that ongoing investigations require patience and adherence to verified information. Law enforcement officials emphasize that spreading unverified information could compromise the investigation and the integrity of the legal process. This guidance has been reinforced through public statements and media coverage, reinforcing the importance of relying on confirmed updates. Community engagement continues to be strong, with many expressing support for the investigative process and the legal system's efforts to follow due process. Residents and viewers alike are encouraged to follow developments through official channels, ensuring that the case remains focused on factual accuracy, transparency, and procedural fairness. Overall, the community and media response has been measured, with attention directed toward verified facts, scheduled hearings, and statements from authorities. While interest is high, there is also recognition that the investigation is ongoing and that the legal process requires careful adherence to established procedures. The public continues to follow the case with interest, awaiting further updates from law enforcement and the courts. From a legal and investigative perspective, the case of Emmanuel Haro involves multiple complex factors that authorities and the courts must navigate carefully. One of the key considerations is the potential for discussions around a plea agreement, which, if pursued, would be conducted entirely within the framework of the law and subject to court approval. Legal experts emphasize that such agreements are procedural tools designed to resolve cases efficiently while protecting the rights of all parties involved. Plea agreements in cases involving child welfare are often approached with heightened scrutiny. Courts review all available evidence, including verified witness statements, documented timelines, and physical records, before approving any resolution. In this case, protective orders have been issued for sensitive materials, ensuring that critical evidence is preserved while maintaining procedural fairness. Experts note that protective handling of evidence is standard practice in complex investigations and helps maintain the integrity of the case throughout legal proceedings. Investigators in child welfare cases follow a dual-track approach, first to locate the child or resolve the immediate safety concerns, and second, to compile verified evidence for legal proceedings. In the Emmanuel Haro case, authorities continue to pursue all verified leads, ensuring that any legal actions, including potential plea discussions, are based entirely on confirmed facts. This approach prevents speculation from influencing the outcome and ensures that legal decisions are grounded in established law. Additionally, criminal law professionals highlight that pretrial hearings, motions, and settlement conferences serve critical roles in cases like this. They allow the court to review procedural matters, verify the handling of evidence, and ensure that both the prosecution and defense have fair opportunities to present information. These steps are essential to maintaining the rule of law and ensuring that all parties are treated equitably. Experts also note that plea discussions do not indicate guilt or innocence, but are instead procedural mechanisms that can streamline the legal process. Any proposed agreement is subject to careful review by the court, which assesses whether the terms align with legal standards and serve the best interests of justice. In high-profile cases involving child safety, courts are particularly vigilant to ensure that all decisions are based on verified evidence and legal precedent. From an investigative standpoint, authorities are continuing to examine every verified lead related to Emmanuel's disappearance. This includes reviewing documentation, following up on witness statements, and coordinating among multiple law enforcement agencies. The investigative process is ongoing, and officials stress that it is designed to be thorough, impartial, and entirely focused on factual accuracy. Expert commentary reinforces that the legal system in such cases prioritizes evidence-based decision-making, protecting the rights of both the child and the accused while upholding public interest. In conclusion, professional analysis highlights that the Emmanuel Haro case is being handled with structured procedural oversight, careful evidence management, and adherence to legal standards. Investigators and legal professionals continue to focus on verified facts, protective measures for sensitive materials, and ensuring that all legal processes follow established protocols. Any potential developments, including plea discussions or future court hearings, will be guided entirely by the law and the confirmed evidence collected during the investigation. As we reach the conclusion of this detailed update on the Emmanuel Haro case, it is important to recap the verified information available so far. 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro remains missing, and authorities are continuing their search while following all confirmed leads. Both of his parents, Rebecca and Jake Haro, have pleaded not guilty to the charges filed against them, and court proceedings are ongoing to ensure that due process is fully observed. Recent court hearings have included settlement conferences and procedural reviews, during which protective measures were implemented for sensitive evidence. Upcoming court dates are scheduled for mid and late October, providing opportunities for both defense and prosecution to address procedural matters, review evidence, and ensure that the investigation continues to move forward in a lawful and structured manner. All actions taken by the court are designed to balance fairness, transparency, and the integrity of the legal process. The investigation remains focused on verified information. Authorities are systematically reviewing witness statements, documentation, and other evidence collected during the investigation. Protective orders are in place to maintain confidentiality for sensitive materials, reflecting standard procedures in complex cases. Law enforcement officials continue to emphasize that public speculation should be avoided and that only confirmed updates should guide understanding of the case. Community and media response has been closely aligned with verified facts. Residents, viewers, and news organizations are following court developments, scheduling updates and official statements from authorities. Public interest remains high, but engagement is guided by factual reporting and adherence to legal standards, which helps maintain both transparency and integrity in the ongoing investigation. Expert commentary reinforces that the legal process in cases like this prioritizes evidence-based decision-making. Investigators and legal professionals work together to ensure that all procedural steps are carefully documented and that potential plea discussions, protective measures, and future hearings adhere strictly to the law. The goal is to ensure that justice is pursued responsibly, with the interests of the child and public safety as primary considerations. As this case continues to develop, viewers are encouraged to stay informed through verified channels and official updates. Your engagement is important. Liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with others helps support responsible coverage of ongoing investigations. Comment below with your thoughts on the case while focusing on facts and verified information to contribute to a thoughtful and informed discussion. Finally, we sign off with a reminder that the search for Emmanuel continues and authorities remain dedicated to resolving this case. Justice for Emmanuel Haro is the shared goal of investigators, legal professionals, and the public following these developments. We are Emmanuel's Army. Investigates will continue to provide accurate, aid-safe, and timely updates as the investigation progresses. Thank you for watching, and we will continue to report responsibly on any confirmed developments in this case.